Hey guys, what is up? It's been a while since I've done a makeup video because I just kind of haven't felt like wearing a ton of makeup lately, so there haven't been like any fun tutorials I can do. But I wanted to show you guys the like very easy soft glam makeup that I've kind of been using as my go-to whenever I do want to wear makeup, and it is using all Drugstore products because I'm me. It's not like super quick, like I've been wearing this on like nights out and stuff too, so it's like a nice mix between like natural and glam, hence the soft glam. So I'm starting off with my Milani eye primer, the love of my life. I'll link everything down below, but these are all things you've probably seen me use before if this is not your first time here. And I'm going to use my ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. You totally don't have to use this palette. I'm sure you have these colors in any of your neutral palettes, but I'm going to use the shade Banter to start out with, which is a very soft taupe shade. It's very, very light and cool toned. And I'm using an AOA Studio E126, which is a really great little like transition shade-ish brush. And I just kind of start in the outer corner and do very light swirling motions and kind of bring it upwards, but I really want to keep that shade like mostly in the outer half of my eye. I'll bring it over just a little bit into the crease to help blend. And it's super, super light, so you can kind of see it on camera, but it's like it's not meant to be dark. And then I'm just going to take this ColourPop E2, I think? Yeah, E2 blending brush. I'm going to go into this shade Velveteen, which is just slightly darker, but it's still, I'd say, like a light to medium brown. And I'm just tapping into that a few times, very lightly, because I don't want this lip to get too dark. And I'm brushing that back and forth in the outer corner. Whenever I'm like doing a soft look like this, well, like pretty much in general when I'm blending, but whenever I'm doing something that I really don't want to be too dramatic, I always hold the brush by the end because it gives like a very, very light touch. So I almost place that in like a V-ish shape, but I want it to be so soft and blended that you can't really tell like what shape I put it down in. So like that's as much as I would do. Just remembered to shut my windows, so pardon the traffic noises at the beginning. Now I'm gonna go into this shade Silk Teddy. This is like my favorite shade in this whole palette. It's just like a pinky, like very light, like almost silvery pink shade. And I'm using this AOA E129 brush, which is kind of like a flat-ish shape, but it has like a little bit of fluffiness to it. Really love it for applying shimmer shades. I am gonna wet that just to kind of help everything not get all over my lower eye. And then I just tap that on. I almost do like a tap and swipe on the inner part of my eye. I kind of start in the middle and work outwards towards the inner part of the eye. And I kind of just, since this has like a little bit of a fluffiness to the brush, as I'm like dragging it upwards, it kind of just blends itself. Pretty much, if I ever feel like there's like a line, I can just take it and tap it with my finger. But it usually goes on very like soft and diffused as is. And now here's for the super fun part. Just kidding, this is not that interesting. I take this pointed little pencil brush, also from AOA Studio, love them. And I go into Taboo, which is this dark brown shade. Hold on tight, kids, it's about to get crazy. I drag this along the upper part of my lash line and flick it out. So it's like winged eyeliner. It is winged eyeliner, but since I'm using a shadow and I'm using a brown shadow instead of a black, it's super, super light, and it's gonna blend into that shadow I've already put down super easily. Whenever I do this, I feel like it almost like blends in with the lashes, because like, you know, like when someone has like a winged, why is my chair so loud today? Someone has like a winged lash shape, and it just like, I kind of feel like it almost looks like you have like one super long lash. I'm probably wrong. It probably doesn't look like this, but I think it looks so nice. And just, I'm like in love with brown eyeliner right now. I also don't bring this very far in on the upper part of my eye, like only towards like maybe the outer part of where my pupil starts. I just find this helps keep my eye nice and open, but whatever like works for your eye shape. I also keep the complexion pretty simple. It's actually a little warm out today, so I'm like really not gonna do a lot, but I do some form of a light coverage to maybe medium coverage base product. So today I'm gonna use the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer. Love this. I just am gonna start out with one pump because don't really feel like I need a lot today. If I want like a little bit more coverage, I'll use like the Anastasia Luminous foundation, but this is really good for days like today where I just did a face peel last night, so my skin is gorgeous. And don't worry, I did put on sunscreen, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. And this is just a flat top buffer brush. This one's from AOA, and I just buff this into my skin, give a nice little, just like evens everything out. But it's super nice and lightweight on the skin, so it's comfy to wear all day, even if it's toasty outside. And I take a lighter coverage concealer. This one is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. This is my favorite like light concealer. I don't really have another one that's like as light coverage as this. And I just think it blends so nicely like with the tinted moisturizer. So I usually just put this under my eyes and then anywhere that I have like little spots. So I have a couple like under the surface over here where it just looks a little red. And I tap this out under the eye. If you don't have a light coverage concealer, you can also just use like a medium to full coverage one, use less of it, and then use a damp sponge to blend that out. And because my skin's on the drier side, I don't set my whole face, especially because like this is just a tinted moisturizer, so if it fades gracefully. But I do set my under eyes because those always crease. So I'm using the ColourPop No Filter setting powder in light pink. I'm so glad that they released this. I love the original No Filter setting powder, but the color that it came in looked like really yellow on my skin, and this is like perfect for me. Charlotte just jumped up, so cat ASMR is about to start, but we're almost done, so that's okay. For blush, which I feel like is the most important part of the complexion when you're doing a look like this, I'm using Milani Baked Blush in Berry Amore. And this is an aquarium brush from Lime Crime, I think is the collection name. My mom got this for me. And I put this, oh my god, Charlotte, is this necessary? Put this on the apples of my cheeks and on my nose and on my chin and my forehead, literally just everywhere. Because my skin is naturally very red, so if I want to look natural, I need to kind of like mimic that my whole face is all like pink all over. And because this is like a nice luminous blush, it adds just a little bit of glow to the skin as well. If I'm going out like to the club or something, which I've done like once in my life, I will do highlighter or something to like add a little bit of drama, but I'm just going to class today, so I feel like the glow that's added from the blush, I literally just forgot the word for blush, wow, is very much adequate. I think Charlotte's sitting on the brush that I was using for my eyeliner originally, so I'm just taking like a little angled one, kind of cleaning this up a little bit. And then I also put this very lightly in my lower lash line as well. And if it's looking like it's a little too much, I'll just take one of my blending brushes and kind of pinch it and run it along where I just put that down. For brows, I'll sometimes do a pencil or sometimes I'll just do gel. If I'm just doing gel, I use the ColourPop Brow Blast Gel in Soft Black, which is more of a dark brown. This is like one of the gels that I just feel like is enough on its own. You know what I've honestly been loving also is like just brow gel and then just curling my lashes. Like I don't know what it is, but brow gel, like a little bit of like lip balm or lip gloss and curled lashes. Like, I think I've just really been liking my skin lately, like, and wanting to let it just breathe and shine. And I don't really like wearing eyeshadow without foundation. I don't know what the deal with that is, but I think that's part of like what's been going on with me. See, so that gives some like nice shape and structure to my brows, but they look nice and fluffy and natural still. I was just about to, what was I doing? I do actually do highlighter only on my eyes. I usually use my Milani highlighter in the shade Strobe Light. And I just run that along my inner eye with this like fluffy round brush. This one is from Pixie. This really opens up the eye, gives some nice shape to my eyes, I feel like. And I set everything. I'm using the ColourPop Hyaluronic Setting Spray today. So I am gonna curl my lashes. And this is my Milani, which one is this? Dangerous Lengths mascara. It's so good. This one's a little dried out, but I can't find the new one that I just got. I feel like this makes my lashes so like feathery and like just gives them so much life. And if I ever feel like they're too clumpy, I'll run through them with a spoolie, but I feel like they're pretty good today. And then I'll just add some lip gloss or lip balm. This is the little ColourPop Coconut Lip Balm, which just looks like a nice clear gloss. And that is it. And that took less than 20 minutes in real time with me talking and everything. So it'd be even quicker if I was just doing it without talking. And I think I look good. So hope you enjoyed my soft glam go-to tutorial. Obviously there's things you can do to dress this up or dress it down even. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.